Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jason Apparel. Please, if you are new here, do well to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified each time we drop a video. So if this is what you're interested in, stay tuned. So let's get started. So I folded my fabric into 2, then into 4, just like you've seen in the video. So it is the front and back piece cut together. So first of all, I drew my starting line. That's the start line where the shoulder line will be. So I had to draw that out first. Then I went in to take my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Shoulder measurement divided by 2. That is what I did. Then I came down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope or the slant. Yes, that is it. I came down by 1 inch and I drew the line. So after that, I have to take my neck depth, which I took 3 inches. I later took 3.5 inches because it needs to be wide enough for your head to pass through. So after then, I went to the sleeve area. You know, it's a cotton sleeve. This Bubu gown, you're cutting everything together with the sleeve. And I took 10 inches. I didn't want it too long. I didn't want it too big because my client here is not really on the big side. So when I was done, I took my tape to my shoulder line, which is the starting line. And I gave it, because this is not like a free gown like that. It's not that free. It will have a rope, an inner rope that will snatch the waist part. So I had to take my shoulder to my bust measurements, shoulder to waist, and shoulder to hip measurements. So those are the lines I'm trying to cut across. Like I'm trying to draw those lines for you to see what I'm actually doing. For a normal Bubu gown, those lines are not really necessary. They are not, because it's going to be free. But this wasn't just the normal Bubu gown. This is a gown that needs shape. Yes, my customer did not want it too big. So it's a Bubu gown that will give fittings. Like it to be shapy. It doesn't require too much allowance on it. So this is me taking the bust measurements divided by 4. And I gave just 2 inches allowance. That's to show you that it's not really normal Bubu gown. I would have gone ahead to take like 4 inches for his so that it would be free. But this I took just 2 inches, yes, for the allowance. And that's the waist measurement and hip measurement divided by 4. 4 plus 2 inches allowance. So I did the same thing. So when I went down to the hem of my gown, I took the hip measurements without any allowance. So I went ahead to join it together to give it that slope, a very sharp slope, connecting the sleeve to the dress. I was just trying to do the same thing for the down part of the clothes. Though my camera did not capture that, I was only trying to trace the line all the way from the down part to the sleeve opening. And that's just it. So I'll go ahead to take the neck with depth. The neck with depth, yes. The depth. So since this is a front and back piece together, I traced out 1 inches for the back, and I came down by 8 inches for the front, which of course I'll be extending, so just watch out. So I cut out 1 inches first. Since this is the front and the back piece, I won't be cutting the front neck depth yet until after taking out the back piece. Just follow carefully and you understand what I'm doing. It's very simple to try. It is beginner friendly. As a beginner watching this video, I believe you understand what we are doing. You understand what we are doing and you practice it. Like I said, I folded this fabric into 4. I folded first into 2, then into 4 for the front and back. So I'll be taking out the back piece, leaving me with the front piece. So this is where the design comes in. So please pay attention to what I'm going to be doing. So I made sure that everything was sitting pretty. Yes, every size, the sides were equal. So after doing that, I came down by 8 inches. Though I didn't show the part where I had to extend it to 12 inches for ease, because I noticed that it would be too tight for the neck. Then I took to 2 inches to the down part of the clothes. Yes, I took to 2 inches to the down part of the cloth. After giving it the 8 inches, I took 2 inches down. That's for the black design you've seen in front of that dress. So that 2 inches, I'm going to be cutting it out on the black design. And this is the front piece. So we have 2 pieces like this for the front. It's very easy to do. You need to give this a try. Very, very easy. So this is it. This is the back piece and the front piece. And I'll be showing you guys how to join this together. I'll be taking it to my sewing machine to show you exactly how to join it. This is quite easy. As you can see, right side facing each other. That is how you're going to be placing it. You place it right side facing each other. So I took it down to my machine to show you guys. So it's as easy as that. You need to give it a try. So I went ahead to do same thing for the other side of the sleeve. Sorry, the other side of the shoulder. I made sure to join it right side facing each other. Don't forget, the normal way you join your shoulder together, that is what you're going to be doing here. It is that easy. This video, I made it beginners friendly, like very easy to watch and learn. And if you're practicing this, I bet you will get it right. You will get it. Just take your time. So after I was done doing that, the next step, here is the next thing to do. I placed the back and front, the shoulder line matching together just to get the middle point of the back. I need to notch the middle part of the back piece. Yes. So after I was done notching the midpoint of the back, I took my tape to measure down to the end of the gown. Like, I needed to get the length of the gown to know how many inches I'll be cutting out from the black material. So from the notch part at the middle point of the back of this dress, I took my tape down to the back to the hem of the cloth. And this is what I had 42. So 42 now, if I'm cutting, that will be what? 84. So I'll be adding more allowances. It's better for it to be excess than maybe you have it small, that after cutting it won't be enough. You get it? So remember, we cut out 2 inches. So I'll be cutting out this 2.5 inches, so that after joining it to the fabric, I'll be left with 2 inches. Yes, on fold, I'll be taking 2.5 inches. Okay, I later extended it to 3 inches because of how bold I wanted it to come out. So I took 3 inches on fold. So I cut out 2 of this, so it will go round. You know, this material is by 60, so I had to cut out 2 pieces of that. So after cutting it out 6 inches, I had to join them together to have a long strap for the front piece. So after cutting out two long strips, I had to join it together. I had to join it so that the length would be enough, it will go round on the dress. So like I said, instead of cutting what will give you shortage, you rather cut it long, you understand, so that it will go around and you can now cut off the excesses. That is what I did there. So after I was done joining the two straps together, this is the method I love using in getting that front piece. Some people might just go around maybe putting it together, then after that they overlap it, but I didn't do that. I didn't go about doing it that way. I'll show you the easiest way to go about it, and that's the method I like using. So look at it very carefully. After I was done joining the long strap, see what I did? I folded it into two. This is the method I love using, and it's always really, really good. Like, it's very easy. I gave it a fold and I checked it again. It is the 6 inches I cut. It was on fold. I gave it 3 inches on fold. So this is 6 inches. So after folding into two, I took my tape down. I measured 8. Like I said, initially I took 8, but I now realized that the 8 will be too tight. Like, my head will not be able to come out, it will be too tight. So I had to extend it to 12, but I didn't show it in the video. But I later extended that place now to 12 for the opening. But at first I took 8. Then I went ahead to measure the midpoints. I had 6, so the middle there will give me 3. So I marked out 3 till the end of this piece. Like, I marked out 3, that's the midpoint. So it will come out equally. That is all I did there. Watch carefully. This is, to me, the easiest method of getting that. So when I was done, I went ahead to sew from the 8 inches I came down from. This is on fold. But remember, like I said, I later took 12 inches instead of 8. The 8 was so tight, so I went ahead to take 12 inches for that opening in front. So I sewed along the 3 inches, that's the midpoint of the cloth. So do well to sew across the 3 inches. I went ahead to sew 3 inches, till the end. So you might be wondering why I switched to this other machine. The other machine started developing issues. It wasn't sewing properly, so I took it to my manual machine while calling someone to help me fix it. So this is how you notch the midpoint of the dress, and you notch the midpoint of this strap you have here, and you take it from the inside, just like you've seen me. You notch the midpoint and you take it from the inside. You'll be sewing from the inside. So I went ahead to sew this. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, yes, I showed you the parts where I had to sew the middle, which was 3 of this strap. So this is the opening. This is the 8. Like, this opening you've seen in this dress, that is that place I marked 8, which I later took 12. So you just go ahead and sew around the opening in front. You go ahead to sew it. If you have watched this video to this point, then I believe you must have learned one or two from it. So you just go ahead and sew it neatly. Just go ahead and sew it. Remember, in that dress at the down part there is also an opening. So when I was actually sewing the midpoint, I left that opening there. I left it. So sorry I didn't record that part, but you will see it in the dress. There is an opening there. So the joining here is the joining where we had to add the pieces. Since one strap wasn't enough, we had to join it together to get the full length we are looking for. So this is what it is looking like. Can you see it is already coming out? Yes, it is coming out. So here, that is the opening at the down part of the dress I mentioned. So that is why I prefer the other style. I prefer that this method of sewing in, instead of overlapping this front piece, I rather sew it inside for neat finishing. So after I was done fixing up this my machine, I had to bring this up again. So you might be wondering why I have many straps here. So the first one is for the inner rope. So this is how the cloth is looking like already after ironing, after giving it a good press. So the first rope here is for the inside rope. There will be a rope just by the waistline, an inside rope, which will help us match the waist. As you can see, the neckline is okay. I used 12 instead of the 8 I marked out. So I'll be giving it. So I'll go directly from my shoulder to my waistline. I'll mark out my waistline and I'll insert the rope there. Then I'll go on to pipe the hand of the dress with that one. Yes, the hand of the dress I need to pipe. Then this is the pocket. I measure it out. So it is 8 by 13. That's what I took for the pocket. So this dress is as easy as you've seen in this video. Hope you'll be giving this a try. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Turn on your notification bell as well, so that each time I drop a video, you will be first to be notified. You'll be the first person to be notified. So this is what I meant by top, by sewing the sleeve. I use this one to sew the sleeve area. Yes, and it will also add to the length, because when I was cutting, I didn't take the actual length of the sleeve because I knew I was going to be adding 2 inches of this to give us the length. So that is what I did there. So will you be giving this a try? If yes, let me hear your comments. Let me see your comments. So I'll just cut out the excess after joining. I usually say this thing, instead of it being less, I prefer it being excess. So this is how. So you just need to give it a good press for it to sit pretty. So I did the same thing for the other side of the sleeve. So I did it for both parts of the sleeve. Yes. So to attach the inner belt, you take your measurement from your shoulder line to your waistline, not the under bust. This video, I think I was showing the under bust to your waistline if you need that snatched effect. So after then, from the front, the black piece, like where you have that your joining, you take your waist measurement on one side and you attach the belt just right there. You attach it. After sewing it, you attach the belt there. It's as easy as that. This is the inner belt. This is the front piece. Like, the belt is only going to be on the front piece, not at the back piece. So this is me trying to, join it together. So next thing you do is to join the clothes together. So you will turn it right side facing each other, you join everything and you insert the pockets. It's as easy as that. So this is the outcome of the outfit. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, please do well to subscribe and drop a comment. See you in my next video. We love you so much.